Hey guys, it's Monday, back for the second episode of Temple Trackers. As you know, in this bi-weekly series, I tour your build challenge submissions with one of the devs to award a winner. For this week, we asked you to create the Lost Hall of Atlantis, asking for palm trees and water in your build, and bonus points for a ruined aesthetic. Before we hop into the tours, let's shout out Vika Mountaineer's build, who isn't permitted to be in the top 3 this week after winning the last challenge, plus this great build by Motion Mad Moth that was submitted after the deadline. Thanks a lot to all of our submissions, and let's join the tour with our animator, Derek. Hi, Derek.
What's going on?
Could you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I am Derek Zivilich. I am the senior animator at Trega.
So I'm going to play you the cut downs. Their video submissions or their photo submissions have been reduced to under 2 minutes. So we're going to take a look at these.
It's good.
This is from Discord user Riley, probably Riley. We've got an overview site here. You can say they definitely went the ruins route. I think they did a really good job. Some broken furniture even. This build has some interesting features where it's sort of like lived in still, like maybe they're revising it and reclaiming the lost city of Atlantis, but I think a lot of different housing features that give you the sense of a full city.
It's like Poseidon was mad and sent a tsunami.
Yeah, they were very effective at making parts of it look destroyed and parts of it look like people have started to move back in and make use of it, which I think is really cool.
I also like the use of a couple of the roof pieces that look like they are washed up on the ground next to other parts of other buildings, which was pretty cool.
Thank you so much for the submission. Very cool. So the second one is a repeat builder. It's one of our community moderators, Gwentaria. So Gwentaria did the one massive hall route, and you could tell how big it is because Poseidon is all the way inside. I really like how she did these massive flags as well. I think that's very cool. Probably is very intimidating to walk into in person. And then there's these different regions within the hall that give you, I think, you can feel like it's a place of worship for Poseidon. This is like a whole chapel within this giant building. We'll get a close-up here in a little bit, a little pool. And I think the chapel's really, really nice. It's a quick shot of it. And then some other features here. I really like this Knights of the Round Table vibe. This shows you really just how big it is, I think, with all of the statues in there like this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then this back side, there's a small structure on the corner as well. You can go take a look at. A very cursed wabbit at the very end.
This actually kind of reminds me of a place in Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3 when you're in the city.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think my favorite part in that build is actually the church part. The little cathedral section.
It does look really nice. So, Gwentaria, thank you so much for this build. It's very cool, very impressive. I did not get notes on whether some of you made this with creative or survival, but I really hope you did not make this and gather all the resources for this ginormous building.
That's a lot of stone.
That is a lot of stone. And so this last one we're gonna look at, I believe is from, the name is Death's Mistress. Starts right from an outer gate that's gonna cross over the water towards the island nearest Poseidon. And again, they've gotten really creative with how to make it look like ruins. I love that they built so close to the water here where it's sort of always looking like it's about to be washed away. And even these statues that have overgrown plants built inside of them is cool. This building really does look like it's sort of been torn apart, but you can really imagine what it might have used to look like, which is very cool. This would have been an old market region of Atlantis, and then this would have been the really big hall. I like going in here and it's completely flooded. I think that's very cool and multi-layered, where you have sort of the broken woods that's still being washed around the water. Love the shenanigans of the two people in this video. Some more towers here that are deconstructed, and then we have this fallen bridge that takes you over to the Poseidon statue. The ruins that look like it would have been from this nice regal lounge area up here. It's harder to get to now after it's fallen apart here. And then we're gonna get some aerial shots. You can see how it sort of comes together all the way from the mainland to the island to Poseidon. Definitely gives you the full picture of what this area could have been.
Yeah, this is actually pretty awesome. This one's probably actually my favorite.
Yeah, you've got a winner already.
It has a feeling of grandeur, but it feels very grounded at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the long bridge from the main island to the Poseidon Island.
Yeah.
Especially with like the entryway at the bridge. And I also like the use of the broken looking bridge where there's just like a lot of randomness to like the holes. It actually feels natural even though it's using pieces to convey it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see some broken pieces.
Yeah,
added
seeing
to the
this
game.
makes you really want those, doesn't it? I feel like it gives you an idea of how it could make something feel much more realistic or lived in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got creative with this build, and I think what I like about this one in particular is just the cohesion of it. It's just like you said, like where it feels like there's a gate and a bridge that takes you to Atlantis, and then you have all these different parts to the city here.
One of the other parts that I really like is the back end where everything's like completely flooded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of curious on how they were able to get some of the pieces to go under the water. I'm gonna have to do some testing later.
So it sounds like Death Mistress. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so. It's like even just like the front right here, I like the use between the stone and the wood, and also how they made decorative detail with the railings in the archways and for like the windows. There's just like a lot of interesting detail that is creatively used.
Thank you so much, Derek. If you wanted to say thank you to all of our submissions.
Thank you, submitters. Good job, gamers.
Thank you to Gwentaria and Riley for your awesome builds, and congrats to Death's Mistress and Friend for your winning build submission. And welcome to the Hall of Hestia in our Discord. As before, keep your eye out for a message from Death's Mistress in the main menu and the rewarded Discord emote. Make sure to visit the Steam News and the Discord for the next challenge, and we look forward to seeing what you come up with. Until next time, Defiers.